Introduction. Occult money, ritual, architecture, and hidden control. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Money Magic series. When we speak of money, most people imagine coins, bills, or digits in a bank account. Economists will tell you it is a medium of exchange, a store of value, a unit of account. But beneath those definitions lies something far older, stranger, and far more powerful. Money is not just economic. It is ritual. It is architecture. It is hidden control. And when we speak of occult money, we are naming the dimension of wealth that is designed in secret, structured through symbolism, and enforced through systems that most people never see. The word occult simply means hidden. It is not necessarily sinister. It means there are layers of meaning beneath the surface, layers that shape behavior and belief without ever being openly acknowledged. Money has always been one of humanity's most occult creations. It works not because it is real, but because it is believed, performed, and ritualized. It moves not only through trade and law, but through symbols, words, and ceremonies. It binds populations into obedience not only by economics but by architecture, by temples, banks, calendars, and contracts that channel prosperity in specific directions. This series on occult money architecture will uncover how wealth has always been more than material. From ancient temples to modern banks, from coins stamped with gods to bills covered in cryptic seals, from tax rituals to engineered crashes, money has been crafted as a system of power with both visible and invisible layers. To study it is to see how prosperity has been ritualized, symbolized, and controlled for thousands of years. Money as ritual. At its core, money is not a thing, but an agreement. A gold coin is just metal. A dollar bill is just paper. A digital balance is just numbers on a screen. They become money because we all act as though they are. That acting is ritual. Every time you exchange a bill, you participate in a ceremonial script. You hand over an object, another accepts it, and both agree that value has changed hands. The magic is not in the paper, but in the shared performance. This ritual dimension of money is why every civilization tied prosperity to gods and offerings. In Mesopotamia, silver was sacred to Sin, the moon god, who governed cycles of time and trade. In Greece, coins carried the image of city deities, turning currency into miniature talismans of divine favor. In India, wealth was personified as Lakshmi, whose blessing was invoked on coins and in household altars. In Egypt, the very flood of the Nile, the source of fertility, was imagined as the goddess Mehet Weret, a living embodiment of abundance. To spend, save, or sacrifice money was never only practical, it was spiritual. Every exchange was a small prayer that prosperity would continue, every hoard a ritual attempt to secure fortune, every offering a negotiation with unseen powers. Even today, this ritual structure remains. When we speak of paying our dues, making an offering, or settling a debt, we are speaking the language of sacrifice and obligation. When we carry coins for luck, when we mark payday as a day of celebration, when we pray for financial stability, we are echoing ancient ceremonies of money as ritual, money as architecture. The second layer of occult money is architecture. By this I mean that money is structured into systems, institutions, and buildings designed to channel its flow, just as aqueducts channel water. Banks are not neutral vaults, they are temples of finance, built to inspire awe and obedience. Their facades mimic Greek temples with columns, domes, and pediments, signaling continuity with sacred power. Courtrooms where contracts are enforced look like sanctuaries. Even stock exchanges are staged like ritual theaters, complete with bells, chants, hand signals, and choreographed activity. Architecture also includes the legal systems behind money. Maritime law, corporate charters, and taxation codes function like the blueprints of a hidden temple. They determine who prospers, who pays, and who holds authority. Most people only see the surface, the currency in their hands. But beneath it lies an invisible architecture of law and ritual that channels wealth towards certain altars. Consider the fiscal year. Why do governments and corporations align financial calendars with solstices, equinoxes, and arbitrary quarters? These are not accidents of accounting. They echo ancient cycles of time, embedding cosmic order into economic order. The calendar of money is itself a ritual script, dictating when taxes are due, when debts must be paid, and when wealth is harvested. Money as hidden control. The third layer is control. Whoever defines money's language, sets its symbols, and enforces its contracts has extraordinary power over society. And these levers are rarely transparent. Why does the Great Seal of the United States show an unfinished pyramid topped with an all-seeing eye? Why are certain numbers, 13, 33, 666, embedded in financial architecture? Why are fiscal crises and engineered collapses described in sacrificial terms? Blood on the floor, burned capital, sacrificed markets. Why are banks and funds named after black stones, cubes, or rocks, ancient symbols of Saturn, the god of time and debt? These are not coincidences. They are continuations of a long tradition of embedding esoteric power into financial systems. the designers of money have always used symbols, oaths, and rituals to reinforce their authority. What looks like neutral economics is often stagecraft, where the true meanings are hidden in plain sight. Ancient precedents. To see the occult dimension of money clearly, we need to remember its ancient precedents. In Mesopotamia, priests of Inanna and Enki oversaw the first ledgers of grain and silver, turning temple storehouses into the world's first banks. In Egypt, pharaohs linked wealth directly to cosmic cycles, timing taxation with the flood of the Nile and embedding the sun's authority into coinage. In Rome, Fortuna's wheel turned in both temples and financial districts, reminding citizens that prosperity was always precarious. In India, Kubera held the treasure houses of the gods, his wealth tied not only to gold but to cosmic order. In Norse traditions, dwarves hoarded treasures beneath the earth, their hidden forges serving as both blessing and curse to heroes who found them. In every case, money was never just material. It was woven into myth, ritual, and architecture. Modern continuity. We like to imagine we are more rational today. We think money is numbers, not myths. But the continuity is obvious. Our bills are covered in sigils. Our banks mimic temples. Our financial calendars align with cosmic cycles. Our financial elites gather in secrecy, bound by oaths, much like priesthoods of the past. Even our language betrays the ritual. We speak of trust funds, credit, from credere to believe, and bonds, a word of binding. These are not neutral terms, they are ritual words. They shape how we think about money, as something sacred, binding, and enforceable by unseen powers. Why this matters. Studying occult money is not about indulging conspiracy. It is about recognizing how much of our economic life is theater with real consequences. It explains why crashes feel like sacrifices, why fortunes rise and fall in ritual cycles, why financial institutions adopt the architecture and secrecy of priesthoods. It reminds us that money is not only economics, but culture, myth, and control. When you see money this way, you stop mistaking it for something neutral. You see it as designed, carefully, deliberately, often ritually. You recognize that prosperity is not just a matter of numbers, but of symbols and structures. And you begin to understand why wealth across history has always been imagined as divine. This introduction is only the doorway. In the coming lectures, we will walk into the architecture itself. We will explore how maritime law turned citizens into vessels and signatures into contracts. How corporations were built as legal corpses, feeding on the living. How symbols on currency serve as spells of control. How banks mimic temples and exchanges mimic ritual theaters. How gold, numbers, and cycles became occult anchors of prosperity. How war, taxation, and sacrifice reset financial systems as if by ritual decree. Each of these reveals another layer of the occult money system, not hidden to entertain, but hidden to control. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Manifestation series, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we master it. Because let's be honest, manifestation has been watered down, reduced to vague quotes, mood boards, and empty promises. But you didn't come here to wish. You came here to build a reality that hits different. A reality that responds to your frequency, your language, your alignment, and your decision to stop playing small. This series is not fluff. It's physics, frequency, and fierce creative power. Inside the Manifestation series, you're going to learn how to collapse timelines, shift identities, and speak worlds into existence, just like the greatest minds in history. This isn't just about being positive. This is about being powerful. Here's what you unlock inside. Vision to reality, the vision board course. You've heard about vision boards, but you've never done them like this. This is a full energetic ritual, a precision-coded map for your subconscious, designed to bridge image, frequency, and strategy. It's not arts and crafts. It's blueprinting your future in visual form and turning it into matter. Time, quantum timelines, and why time isn't real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It takes alignment. In this module, I'll show you how time is just a mirror of energy and how to collapse timelines using choice, clarity, and vibration. Past, present, future, they're happening now. And when you know how to navigate time quantum style, you stop waiting and start receiving. Quantum jumping, instantly up level. Your next level life isn't years away. It's one decision away. In this training, you'll learn how to quantum jump, how to shift into a version of you that already has what you desire. This isn't fantasy. It's how high-performance creators, athletes, and spiritual masters leap beyond limits. Jump now. Land in power. Every word. The power of affirmations and spoken language. Words build worlds. In this course, I show you how to use affirmations like spell work, not just repeating empty mantras, but speaking with vibration, intention, and spiritual force. If you've ever felt like affirmations don't work, this will change everything. You'll learn to command your field, not just request from it. The greats, learning from the most exceptional minds in history. We're not the first to master this. In this legendary module, we decode the techniques, habits, and quantum genius of the world's most powerful manifestors. from ancient sages to modern icons. You'll learn how to think like the greats, move like the greats, and manifest like the greats. This isn't another feel-good series. This is a spiritual weapon, disguised as a manifestation course. It's made for leaders, cycle breakers, visionaries, and soul builders. You don't need another wish list. You need a system that teaches you how to bend reality. This is that system. So if you're ready to stop playing with potential and start creating results, welcome to your next level. The manifestation series is open now. You know what to do. Let's build what they said was impossible and make it inevitable.